So I'm going to show you guys a video that was recorded by an interracial couple. All right. Now, the video's caption is when Arab girls date black guys and they don't get spoiled. And then the sound is, I need some money, nigga. And the Arab girl is saying the N-word. Okay. Now, first of all, as a black woman, this is not our fight. This is not our battle, okay? But y'all know me, Flower Tower, I always got something to say. So I'm going to show y'all that video, and then I'm going to show you another Arab girl's response to that video, okay? So let me show y'all that first.
I need some money, nigga.
Girl. Anyway, she's left this video up for way longer than she should have. So I'm not talking to her because I know she's not going to listen to me. But the rest of y'all, though, Arabs, listen, smile, okay? Anti-blackness in our community is something that obviously needs to be worked on, specifically right now, because not only should you not be racist, I feel like that is a given, especially as Arab Americans. Do you not realize the connection that we have to the Black American experience and how we're literally like this? And also, why are you bringing down another minority when you yourself have the experience of being a minority? What are you doing? It's so weird, especially because the people that are trained to bring down Black people in this country are specifically the same people, either the exact same people or trained by the same people that are doing it to us. So stop doing that. You're being really weird. But outside of that context, being Arab American specifically, being Arab period, what are you doing? Especially right now? Right now? Are you serious? First of all, we have enough to worry about. Reclaiming a slur that doesn't belong to you should not even be remotely close to the list of things to worry about. But I don't think that you realize what you're doing. Because not only do we have all of this stuff going on, right? We have to worry about the hate crimes in this country, and also just as Arabs right now in the world, we see what's happening in Palestine. We see what's happening across the board, right? We see what's happening to a lot of us. Do you also see what's happening in Sudan? Those are also our Arab, like, siblings, right? They're Black. Do you care about them? Stand up. Girl, there's Black Palestinians. There's a lot of Black Arabs. Do you know where we're from? Half of us are African and the rest of us are from next to Africa. In the sun, girl. What are we? Oh my God. I really just, like, anti-Blackness in the Arab community genuinely baffles me. I know that there's a history of it in certain places, and, like, a lot of people down the line have some people in their family that'll say really sideways stuff. But, like, in our generation, as, like, Gen Z and, like, millennials too, y'all like us, what are we doing? Oh my God. This is just, like, a reminder. First of all, that word, not for us. I don't even care if you're trying to reclaim it. I know this video is not that case. But I don't care if you're trying to reclaim it because people call us that with the word sand in front of it. Still not a reason to reclaim it. It's just a lazy way to get at Black people because they knew that they didn't like Black people when they were talking about us. So they were like, you're still other. So they just threw sand in front of it. That doesn't make it any less anti-Black. It actually just probably adds to it. So maybe don't use that either. But most people are not reclaiming in that context. They just think that because they're POC, they can say it. Girl, that's not how it works. That's really not how it works. I promise. And as Arabs, specifically lighter-skinned Arabs, coming from one of them, y'all get it together. The only reason that some of us are this color is because of colonization. So don't let that get to your brain, girl. Don't do it. This is just really odd behavior, and I could talk about it for 10 years, but, like, stop bringing down Black people to bring yourself up. This is such a weird video to make. And such a weird thing to say in any context.
Now, I have so much to say about all of this. There's so much to say in response to the initial video concerning interracial relationships. And there's so much to say in response to the second woman's, reply concerning, anti-Blackness in the Arab community and all of that stuff. But first, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to just play this intro. And then I'm going to get right into it. First of all, I would like to share a story, okay? So a couple of months ago, a friend of mine who is a Black girl, right? She invited me to her house for, like, a get-together, like, game night sort of thing, right? So she invited me to her house, and the get-together was majority Arab, okay? So it was a couple Black people, there was like one Mexican girl, there was like one mixed guy. I think he may have been mulatto, like, you know, white and black, right? And then there was like, you know, a couple Arab people. And it was like 60% Arab, okay? Now, this is my thing. So the black girl who I know who invited me, she dates an Arab guy, okay? So clearly, you know, he invited his friends as well. It was like a, you know, a couple sort of whatever thing, right? So anyway, we there, right? And the girl, I'm gonna call her Dominique, right? She's talking about how she got to know this Arab guy, right? And how she is not afraid to ask the serious questions, the important questions. So she said, like, when they were getting to know each other, she asked him straight up, is your family racist? Do y'all use the N-word? You know, stuff like that, right? And one of the Arab girls, she was like, yeah, you know, those questions are important to ask because a lot of people in the Arab community are anti-black, right? And the conversation just kind of annoyed me because I get that the Arab girl was trying to be an ally, but it just kind of annoyed me, though, because it's like black people don't be thinking about y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy how black people not only don't be thinking about Arabs, we don't be thinking about Asians, we don't be thinking about whoever, right? Yet all of these communities have so much anti-blackness in them. It's crazy how y'all families are telling y'all all this negative stuff about black people when we not even thinking about y'all, right? So hearing the Arab girl say, yeah, you know, like, those are important questions to ask. I guess she was trying to be an ally and point out that she knows that anti-blackness in her community exists and stuff, but it just was kind of like, yo, like, it just was kind of annoying, right? I simply shared that story to kind of corroborate my point. It's not really any sort of secret to anybody that anti-blackness exists in the Arab and Arab American communities. That's not really a secret, okay? So anyway, first I'm going to talk about this interracial couple, and then I'm going to talk about this Arab American woman's response to them, right? So first of all, this interracial couple consists of a blackish guy and an Arab girl, okay? Now, I will say this. This guy look a little, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's mixed or not, okay? Also, I don't know his background. If he is black, I don't know if he's black American or Caribbean or African or whatever, right? Because the girl who responded to the video, she mentioned, you know, the Arab American community specifically. So I'm inclined to believe that this occurred in America. Now, you know, I don't see any, you know, inkling of where the interracial couple is from on their page or anything. So I can't confirm that, right? So like I said, I'm inclined to believe it occurred in America. But even if it did, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a black American guy, because I know a number of African and Caribbean men in America who are self-hating and do stuff like this, okay? So this dude could be of any background, first of all. Now, I'm going to tell the truth about what I've noticed about interracial couples on the internet and in real life, because this is not an internet phenomenon. Sometimes stuff be internet phenomenons. Like, sometimes you be on the internet and you be like, this does not exist in real life, right? But sometimes stuff also exists in real life, okay? This is the truth about interracial couples from what I have seen. The vast majority of the time that a black person is in an interracial relationship, whether they are a woman or a man, okay? The vast majority of the time, the black person in an interracial relationship is self-hating, okay? Now, I will say this. The self-hate definitely manifests itself in different ways when it is a black woman versus a black man, right? Because you'll notice that, like, the black men who are in interracial relationships, all they talk about is how black women are so bad, right? Whereas the black women don't really do that as much with black men in real life. Now, on the internet, you will notice with the, you know, the gender wars that both sides are going at each other. You know what I'm saying? So you'll notice on the internet, black men who date interracially are dogging black women, and black women who date interracially are also dogging black men, right? But in real life, you'll notice that the black men who date interracially, they do dog black women, but the black women who date interracially, they don't really dog black men. Now, to be fair, like I said, they all self-hating. Whether they black men or black women, you'll hear them make comments like, oh yeah, I date non-black men. No, I date non-black women because I want, you know, kids with good hair or something, you know. But again, it manifests itself differently, because with the black men, they dog out black women. The black women don't really do that to black men so much in real life. Like I said, it's different on the internet, right? But anyway, let me get back to my point, right? A huge backbone of interracial relationships is the black person in the relationship being self-hating, okay? Because you realize that no self-respecting black person would ever allow something like what happened in this video to occur, okay? No self-respecting black person would sit there with a non-black person and record a video like this, where the non-black person is saying, I need some money, nigga. What? This is my thing. I don't even need to know the context of the video, right? She ain't even got to tell me, oh, the caption is, I want to be spoiled, so and so, because that brings up a whole nother aspect of anti-blackness. You know what I'm saying? I don't even need to know the context. As soon as you say, yeah, I'm going to use this sound, and then you're going to mouth the N-word in it, like, be for real. What are you talking about? No self-respecting black person who is not self-hating and anti-black would even allow something like this to occur. That's the reality of the fact. You have to realize, though, in these people's mind, in these black people who date interracially's mind, it is such an honor and a privilege to even be in the midst of somebody who is not black, because these people really worship non-blackness. That's the reality of the fact, right? So they don't care about the racism that comes along with it. They don't care about the fact that these people are constantly putting them down and treating them like animals. Like, y'all know what I just be thinking about randomly, and I be like, yo, what? It be that story about the black guy who was dating a white girl, right? And her parents was racist, okay? So Thanksgiving come, and the parents tell them, oh, we not letting no black man in our house, right? Would you believe that the girl went to her parents' house to have Thanksgiving dinner and told the black guy he had to sit on the porch because the parents would not allow him in? And he did it. He sat on the porch while they were inside eating, and the dog was inside. So the dog could come in the house, but the black guy couldn't. I'm flabbergasted. Like, there's no way any self-respecting black person would even allow something like that to happen. Like, let me put myself in his shoes. Let's say I was dating a white guy, okay? And, you know, I didn't know his parents was racist, right? So then we get to the house, and then he tells me, hey, my parents are racist, and you know, they're not going to allow you into the house, so you just sit on the porch while I go inside. Bitch, what? Like, huh? I don't care if you drove, if I don't have the car keys. I don't care if I ain't got no money to call an Uber, whatever. I'm walking back to wherever the fuck we came from. I don't care if we came from 3 hours away. I'm not finna sit on this fucking porch. There's no fucking way, bitch. I will walk to the nearest Greyhound station. I will panhandle for a fucking ticket because I'm not sitting on this fucking porch. Are you kidding me, right? So when you see stuff like this, you really begin to understand a dynamic that is interracial relationships. It's literally built on the fact that both people in these relationships fucking hate black people. The black participant hates black people as well, because that's the only way they allow this sort of shit. Now, I want to get into the Arab American girl's response to this video. So she starts off saying, like, yeah, clearly anti-blackness needs to be worked on in the Arab community, but especially as Arab Americans, do you not understand the connection we have to the black American community? We're literally like this. I'm confused because I am black American. And when did this happen? Like, I've been black American for going on 28 years, and I've never recognized any like this with the Arab community. I'm very confused. The only time I ever see the Arab community is when they got their stores in our neighborhoods taking our money, and they still racist though. Right? So y'all have your stores in our neighborhood taking all our money. You'll depend on us for a livelihood, but you'll still hate us, right? So that really goes into the actual relationship that we have. Y'all need us, but you still hate us though, because this is the thing. You couldn't go to the white community and open up a store and white people support you. There's no way that's happening. There's no way. Your business would quickly go down, right? But because black Americans are kept from getting business loans and stuff, because, you know, there's a whole system put in place against us that is not put in place against you, right? White people make sure that black Americans can't get business loans. Instead, these racist immigrants, these Arabs and Koreans and whoever else can get these business loans and open up businesses in our community, right? While we can't even get a business loan and open a business in our own community, to make sure that we can't keep our money within our own community the way that other communities can, right? So you have to realize, first of all, because she mentions in her response that we're going through similar things. First of all, we're not. And then she says, we're like this. Second of all, we're not. I'm so confused. Like, I have been black American for going on 30 years. 30 years, baby. I've never seen no like this between the black and Arab communities. What are you talking about? Like, Y'all don't even like us. It's common knowledge. It's common knowledge. Y'all got these stores in our neighborhoods, but y'all racist. Y'all don't like us. Like, what are you saying, girl? What are you saying? What you really meant to say is you all depend on the Black American community because, first of all, like I said, when it comes to these businesses, you need us to survive, right? But then you also depend on us because when we create these social movements, like, I mean, I don't know, the civil rights movement and stuff, we're nice enough to say, hey, white people, you should treat everybody nicely, not even just Black people, right? So we're nice enough to let you ride on our coattails every time we stand up for some sort of change, right? So you misconstruing that as our communities are like this, but take a second to stop and think, what the fuck has your community ever done for ours? What has your community ever done for ours? I'm very confused. You've never done anything for us. What really happens is that we mule for your community and others constantly, and you know you need us, so you're pretending that there's ever been any sort of brotherhood or sisterhood between us, and that's just, it's really not the case. Now, the next thing this Arab American girl says is, how are you putting down another minority group when you're a minority too? This is why I keep telling y'all I'm not a person of color. I'm Black. I have nothing to do with you people because you people are just as racist as white people. And I'm tired of you all trying to lump Black people into your communities because you all like to pretend that anti-Blackness is not a thing. Now, clearly, I'm not talking about her specifically because, I mean, she clearly spoke about anti-Blackness in her response, right? But these people of color like to lump everybody in together because they don't like to talk about how their own communities are anti-Black too. Even though they are not white people, they hate Black people just as much as white people do. So as a Black person, I am not in a community with you people because you people hate me just as much as white people. That's the one thing that everybody can agree on, that they hate Black people, right? So why are we sitting here trying to lump us all in together and pretend that we have the same experiences? She's talking about, yeah, as a minority, how are you putting down other minorities? Because I'm Black, baby. I'm not the type of minority that you are. I'm Black. There's something extra going on there. Then I'm so lost because the Arab American girl says, outside of that context of being Arab American specifically, being Arab period, what are you doing? Like, you know, Arabs are going through so much with Palestine and all this other stuff, right? I'm confused because Arabs period, not Arab American specifically, no, all of y'all are very, very racist against Black people. Or have you all forgotten about the Arab slave trade? We just not going to talk about that. Like, y'all have been racist against Black people for hundreds and hundreds of years. And you sitting here trying to play in my face like that is not the case. Like, since we are not white, like, I guess, then we're all the same. We all minorities. We all going through the same thing. That's not the fucking case. You just as racist against Black people as a white person is. And y'all keep trying to paint it as this, oh, we're all in this together because we're not white sort of thing, when you damn near is white, but we'll get into that in a second. And it's just, it's not the case, bro. Y'all are just as racist and anti-Black as any old white person could be. I'm so lost because this woman is talking about, yeah, stuff is going on in Sudan. Those are our Arab brothers and sisters. Even though they're Black, there are Black Palestinians, etc., etc., etc. First of all, again, can we get back to the Arab slave trade? Because Sudanese people is Black, baby. All that Arab stuff didn't come along until you all enslaved them and literally forced your culture onto them. Why do you think they running around speaking Arabic? It ain't because they Arabic. It's because y'all are colonizers and enslavers who forced your culture onto them. Like, what are you saying, bro? What are you saying? Like, you acting like... Girl, you're acting like you're Black and that you're actually related. Like, at least if I was sitting here talking about some other group of Black people, like, oh yeah, like Sudanese people, those are our brothers or something. Okay, yeah, we actually are all Black, right? You don't have any relationship to Black Africans besides the fact that you're a colonizer and an enslaver and you posted up on a continent. That's the only fucking relationship you have to them. You talking about, yeah, Sudanese people are Arab. No, the fuck they're not. That's like a white American calling me English. Yeah, our Black American brothers and sisters are also English. Yeah, I speak English and I have an English last name, not because we're brothers and sisters, but because you enslaved me and forced your culture onto me. Like, bitch, are you insane? Now, let's get to the point where she made about, oh, specifically lighter-skinned Arabs, the only reason some of us are this color is because of colonization. I'm glad she admitted to the truth because a lot of these people of color are white adjacent. Where the color at on you, girl? I'm confused. Like, what? I'm sorry, you're not really of any color. Let's be honest, right? And she points that out herself. She says that the reason that she and a lot of other Arabs are that color is because of colonization. Thank you, homegirl, because this is the reality. This is reality. I tell people all the time, okay, the Middle East is between Africa, you know, Europe and Asia, okay? A lot of y'all is white, okay? Because a lot of y'all are on that European side And then even if you're not, a lot of them Europeans came over further in and did their thing. A lot of y'all are white adjacent. So y'all be sitting here talking about y'all people of color. Baby, you boneless white. What are you saying? This woman, she closes her response out by saying, stop trying to bring down black people to bring yourself up. But this is the reality that I keep trying to make y'all understand. You will never be able to bring yourself up, bitch, because you're nothing. You can sit here and talk as much crap as you want to about black people, but the fact will remain that you are worthless, you are insignificant, and you are a raggedy ass bitch. Because this is the crazy thing. Y'all talk all this shit about black people, but you constantly looking at us, you constantly studying us, you constantly imitating us. Everybody all over the world is rapping and hip-hop dancing and all this other stuff. So you talking shit about black people, but then you turn around and you try to fucking be us, bitch. So you know, and I know, the truth. The truth is that you cannot fucking stand yourself, bitch. And you never will be able to, and rightfully so, because you're an unlikable, raggedy, nothing asshole.